Oh my gosh. Today we are going to be talking what we are also going to be strolling down a little memory lane talking about Baldur's Gate and some of the bangers, absolute bangers from this set. What a set full of friggin'
Sleepers.
sleeper, and very, very good on the wallet. Truly, there's only
Mhm.
like 6 cards from the set that are tough on the wallet. Otherwise, it is like all slim picking. You can buy almost every card that's good from this set for like maybe 20 bucks altogether. Like, and like more than 20 cards. It's not like you're not getting 20 cards. You're getting a lot of cards for $20 if you put it towards like just the under dollar like good
Yeah.
stuff in this car in this set. It's insanity. Goodness. It's and that's why we're here. That's what we're going to talk about because
It's
they're
a
just
year old.
so
Crazy how fast time is flying.
yeah, nuts, nuts, moves quick. Is absolutely a banger from this set. So I have starting here. I got my white cards, then we go to blue. Yeah. So for white cards, I
White Plume
have
Adventure.
White Plume,
I think I have a copy of that.
and then your temple's under attack.
Yes, that's a good one.
For blue, I have Aboleth Spawn,
Don't
which
know
is
that
from the
one.
that's from the commander deck, but it's still
Ah,
really cheap. It's 119. And
whenever
that's for the extendo, like it's super cheap. By the way, these are all for the yes,
oh,
dude. That's what I'm
for
saying.
3 mana,
It's 3 mana copy ETB
and it has flash. Wow, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I
It's
need
not even
that.
played in CDH
Why not? People are
because people
snoozing.
people don't
People,
remember it exists.
yeah, I
And like
didn't
how
know it
wild it
existed.
is to steal an ETB. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're gonna do Thassa. I'm actually gonna on top of your Thassa
Went on
flash this.
top of you.
Went on top of you.
Wow.
Like if you're in Demir, why aren't you playing this? I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyways, then we have Gale's Redirection, another insane blue
I have
spell.
that one, but I thought it
Because
was
look what
too much mana, and you
but
got
look
to
what it
roll.
says first. It doesn't even care. It doesn't matter if like this shit exiles the spell. It doesn't counter it.
It just removes it. It's
It just
gone.
exiles the spell. And then you get to do a thing. So like at minimum, this shit gets rid of
Oh,
a card forever. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
that's
it
pretty
doesn't
good.
it the rest of it doesn't have to resolve. Like you exile a spell, period.
Wow,
Usually this effect isn't like
that's
you don't get it like this. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like you don't just get straight up exile target spell.
To hold up 5 mana though for that,
Remember,
that's
you can
pretty
also
rough.
get the other half of it, which I think is gas.
Yeah, but
And
rolling a 15 plus is it's
I
not.
think most of the time you're probably gonna roll that 15 plus because you're adding the spell's mana value. If we think about it,
Oh, I didn't even see that.
yes, dude, that's what I'm saying. So if you think about it, by the time you're casting this, you're trying to cast
Wow.
it on something that's gonna fuck you up. Like I see a Elish Norn on the stack, and they got
Yeah.
fucking uh Boseiju who shelters all. No, they got Cavern of Souls, naming
Yeah.
Phyrexian, and they think
Wow.
they're fucking chilling. And then I'm
Yeah,
like, actually, Gale's Redirection. We're gonna
that's
add the
very
7 to
good.
this roll of D20. Oh shit, I rolled a 10. That's 17. I'm casting
Yeah.
Elish Norn for free, idiots. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Ah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I live for that shit. Um,
You just gave me 2 cards to put in my Merfolk deck whenever I
there
get
you
around
go.
to finishing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Gale's Redirection. I think the other one too. I think I put it in here. Will's Reversal. Or maybe I didn't. No, I didn't put Will's Reversal in here. But like the Baldur's
Yeah,
Gate
I'll look at it.
versions of the like the commander free spells, basically, that's what these kind of are. They're pretty good. They're obviously not free spells. They're trying to do something else completely. but I appreciate what they were doing.
Oh, I remember what. Yes, yes, yes. I do remember those. Yes.
Yeah, you know, like these are trying to be fierce guardianship, I think,
Mm-hmm.
but for Baldur's Gate, so obviously a little toned down, not super crazy.
A lot of
Um,
tone down.
then for Black Agent of the Iron Throne, I think this is one of the best
Yes.
aristocrat effects, period, now, as long as
Yeah.
you're like commander centric, because obviously it says commander creatures you own. Packed weapon. This is another banger because this is an equipment that is also so it's a buff, but it's also like a dark confidant,
I
you
don't play
know?
him anymore.
And this is actually, well, this isn't dark confidant because this makes you draw the card and reveal it. Whereas confidant just reveals and then like you put the card to hand, lose life, whatever. Um,
Yeah.
this doesn't get
Okay,
around
interesting.
like an orcish bowmaster, for example.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which, by the way, be ready for those this weekend. Got Wand of Wonder here. This card's
I don't know
nuts.
about that one. Maybe it's just because it's red. I don't.
This one's good. At minimum, you take something from everybody. You don't get like, maybe they don't you don't, maybe you don't cast them, but you do take spells from people. Yeah, you at least take a spell from everybody when you cast this. So like you can look at it like that. Like you can literally go pay 4 and then they're like, oh no, my demonic tutor. Oh no, my blasphemous act. Oh no, my psycraft. And then you're just like, I'm not casting any of them. Boom, and then that Chad music plays.
Oh, no, no. You get
No,
no 8 mana for one free spell. No,
whatever, bro. You know what?
I don't like
You know
this
what?
one. There's too many steps.
You know
You have
what?
to, you have to play it. You have to activate it. That's too. That's no, no.
I'm gonna want to wonder your fucking dark deal. I'm gonna want to wonder your Wheel of Fortune. I'm
I
gonna
don't
want to
have one.
wonder.
I should get one.
I'm gonna want to wonder one of your
Wonder, wonder.
stupid Orzhov removal spells. Oh
Please
no,
don't.
my
I need to.
Mortify. Lewis, I need my Vindicate. No. I'm gonna activate the Wand of Wonder and I'm gonna put your Vindicate on top before I activate it. I'm gonna
That's
search it
actually
to the top.
good in response to like a tutor.
Yeah.
When they
And
tutor
this
and then they
doesn't,
go to
and
draw.
this, yeah, top deck tutors get hosed by this because this is instant speed activation.
Yeah, I do like that. It's got that going for it.
Yeah. The other red card is Bothersome Quasit. I think this card is cracked, like
Other
actually
creatures
cracked.
Oh,
Period.
yeah.
Period.
Whoa.
It gets
Uh,
insane.
a minute.
This with Artifact Storm, this is
Yeah.
nuts. Nuts.
Ooh.
Insane,
I like this.
actually. Yeah, I keep
It doesn't even have
I've
to be
tried it in
artifact
a
storm,
couple of
any kind of
builds.
storm.
Yeah, right. As long as it's non-creature. I've even thought
Yeah.
about it in Pramicon because guess what? Planeswalkers are
Yeah.
non-creature
Ugh.
spells.
That's a good way to force
Um,
attacks.
exactly.
That's a
Like, don't
great way
attack
to
me. You
force.
got to attack that way. And
Yeah.
then,
Mm.
um, yeah, Bothersome Quasit actually probably is gonna find a way back in. I have to find a slot for it.
Dude, how is
Um,
this only 50 cents?
exactly. And this is another thing I'm showcasing here. These are cheap cards.
This is.
You can buy
You're
all these
bringing the heat.
cards. I'm bringing heat for cheap.
Heat for
We're going to the
heat for
budget Chinese
cheap.
spot
This
where
card
it's nuts.
is a
This
problem.
card's nuts. It is starting to go up in price
Is it in your
slightly.
food deck?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's one the crazy like turn 2 or turn 3 I had was because Jaheira. No, the crazy turn 4 I had was because Jaheira came out turn 3, and like made it so all the food I had been making was mana now.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And the
like
fact that you don't have to sack it is so good.
exactly. And truly with food, like it's rare I'm gonna sack them for the 3 life. Majestic Genesis, which I think is underplayed, but it's starting to see more play for sure. What's the non-extendo? The non-extendo is like $1.48. You know, I think if your commander is 5 mana or more, this is worth it.
So the thing is, oh, this is real good in Galta.
Yeah, it's nuts in
This is
Galta. It's
fucking
nuts
Galta.
in Tiamat. It's nuts in um
Double green and Tiamat. Okay, this is
yeah,
going in Galta right now. I
I could
have
put it
like
I
two
could put this
copies
in
of this.
Tiamat. No
Yeah.
problem.
Mm.
I could put this in
Tiamat's mainly what are the main colors for Tiamat?
green. Green is how you power out most of the things.
Yeah.
So green is there, but red, it's green and red mostly.
Yeah, I feel like that's how most dragon decks are.
Yeah, it's green and red because of like the red big mana acceleration spells like Dark Sign, and
Mm,
then green for the dorks, and then the rest of the colors are all multi. Like it doesn't really matter. You know, what's
okay.
funny actually about Tiamat? Recently, a friend of mine has piloted it more than me, and he kind of showed me a few lines that I didn't realize I had in it, and
Oh, dragon player over here.
he made me see that the deck is
Too
meaner than
strong.
I. Yeah, it's
Oh.
actually too strong. It's too strong because now when he plays it, like now when he asks me about it, it's because he's like, ah, yeah, Lewis brewed a fucking death machine over there. Can I borrow it? And I'm like, no, leave my death machine alone. We got Saravox Tome.
This is a,
This one gives you
take
the
the
initiative.
initiative for 4.
So
Oh,
it's a
oh.
4 CMC rock. It taps for 1.
Mm.
When you get the on the turn you cast it, it taps for 2. So it pays you back 2. The bottom ability is what I'm about with this card. You may cast that card without paying as mana costs.
If
Actually,
you've
only if
completed
you've
an
completed a dungeon. But have you ever played initiative?
no.
Okay. I will say, because most people will say, I don't know. When you play initiative, you realize you go through the Undercity like in no
So
time.
fast,
It's
yeah.
really fast. Jeremy and I recently had a game, and
Big turn.
they, bruh, that game was crazy. They went through the Undercity like 5 times or 6 times that game. This is another one I think everyone should be playing in every deck
Yes.
possible.
Oh, yes.
Just like stop
Mm-hmm.
playing Reliquary Tower. Instead, run a Mana Rock that can also
I think
tap
you
for
should play
color.
the tower. Don't play Thought Vessel. Play this over Thought Vessel.
Okay, play this over Thought Vessel.
Yeah.
Don't play Reliquary Tower.
Oh yeah, this broken commander.
This broken commander that's only $1.26 or 50
Oh,
cents if you don't care about like this cool black and white version, which I don't know
I
why
think that
people are
one's
sleeping
better
on these.
than the edged. That one's
Right?
so sick.
This one's beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, this one's so good, 50 cents. And Miriam, whatever, is like I don't understand how they printed this.
Yeah, it's a
It's
problem.
such a crazy Magic the Gathering card. If this resolves and you also are able to cast even like a 2/2 dragon, it's good.
Yeah.
Like it's good. It's just
The
good.
war too. Like not being able
Right.
to remove it easily.
It gives it. I will say, shouts to Ward. We no one trusted Ward. We all thought it was
I
dumb.
did. No,
You did not.
I
You thought it
trusted
was
it.
good. You thought it was
Yeah.
good. I did not
Hmm.
trust it, and I knew a lot of other people didn't. I thought like I of course I have 2 CMC for that, and then you
You
realize
never
how
have it.
often you
You
don't.
never
Yeah,
have
you
it.
very much realize you don't have it most of the time, unless you're
Or I should
specifically.
say, I never have it.
Yeah,
I never
I
have it.
I think having to specifically like do it um changes things a lot. Uh, yeah, Miriam's sick. Miriam's sick. I don't think enough can be said. If you have a Miriam player in your local group, it's on site.
Yeah, and those colors are the best colors for dragons.
Yeah, it's on site. I don't want to hear it. You kill this thing. I know in Tiamat, it's basically like a misdirection piece because what it's there for is to make you like scared of the fact that like there's other stuff I should be doing probably because you don't need to do
Yeah,
Miram stuff. You can do all the combos you're doing without Miram, but guess what makes them a little better when your deck can just pivot to
when
this
you can do
dragon
two,
that
yeah.
makes your dragons do extra stuff and then it makes them non-legendary. What the hell? Why do I get an extra one that is non-legendary and
Yeah.
is like
If that wasn't on there, this card would be so fair.
yeah, if it
It
made
would
it
be
so that
so
you had
fair.
to play quote unquote vanilla, like not legendary dragons, it would have still been insane. It would have still been insane because you don't need to Terror of the Peaks. You don't need to Scourge of the High Thrones. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Like,
god.
why would I need this to also hit legendaries so I can get two Niv Mizzets? I can have two Nicol Bolas, the dragon, like the Ravager. Why? Why should
Mm,
I be allowed to have two Nicol Bolases?
yeah.
You
I have
can't trust dudes from Jersey with shit. You can't let me do that. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what we did with bacon, egg, and cheese out here? Come on. You can't let me do what we do with
bacon egg cheddar.
that. um, and then of course, last but
Oh,
not least,
oh,
the Council of Four.
oh.
5 CMC, anytime the table does stuff, you included, you benefit. It just becomes a let's keep track of things. I think this is one of the I think if I'm going to make someone a simple deck nowadays, this would probably be something I would consider.
This is
It's a fun
oh.
way to learn paying attention to other people's like stuff.
Hmm.
Um and I think for the most part, there's not a lot of reasons to remove this dude. The Council of Four, I think this is so good. This is one of the few Azorius commanders that are printed in more recent times where it just doesn't feel like an oppressive thing where you're like,
Yeah,
oh no, the
that's very
Azorius
true.
deck is coming to the table. I think unless the
I would
person's
build
like,
it that way.
you can build it mean because you can build like Knight Tribal and like when I draw punish you tribal. I had an Azorius deck that did that. I know
This
you
needs
can,
this needs to go in New
but you
Olinda.
don't need to do that. New Olinda?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I think my copy is actually in what's his name? Friggin'
Sidar Jabari.
Sadar because this makes friggin'
Nice.
knights so easily. This makes knights easily and it draws you cards very easily.
Yeah.
Um or maybe it's not. I have to check. I know I have a bunch of copies of the council. I don't know where they are, but this is a
Yeah, I
very good
pulled a
card.
bunch of these.
Um, I have not seen it enough. I think if you're in these colors, you can very much cast it as a value piece. Um,
Yeah.
but it depends on the meta. This
Yeah.
might be in some metas, it might be too late by the time you cast this. Like you maybe should have gotten your value a little earlier. I think if you can power this out early, it's a very good value piece. Um,
Mm.
and for some people, that might feel like a stacks piece because they're like, every time I'm just playing the game, he's doing something. Nah. Um, I'm speaking about me, but um, I think this could I don't know. You don't have to build it oppressively. You can. I think this is a
if
very
this
fun you can just, I would say, put this in and play like
Secret
50
Rendezvous with
lands.
this card is so good. Just like
Yeah,
whoop.
play 50 lands and all group hug cards, but group hug make your friends draw like stuff so
You
that
gotta
you can
punish them for
make,
drawing.
what was that?
This would have to be in an Esper deck like that.
This would be fun for punishing, but I think also just like draw some extra cards for yourself and make a bunch of white knights and just swing or hold up blocks. I think what's crazy is if that they don't remove the council. And if you get to like ping or not ping, I guess proc on every turn, when you get back to your turn, and you can do it on your turn. So
Yes.
you can have 8 power and 4 extra cards. Like for the table just like playing a little extra. So like I think this is a fun like play a lot of lands, play cards that help your opponents, and just see what happens with what you accrue. I think like you can just kind of oops into a bunch. Like you can play counters. I don't think you need to. You could play counters in a deck like
I feel
this.
like you would have to, giving your opponent so many cards.
Nah, just make more tokens. All right,
Mm,
you know what? 50 lands, the 2 token doublers in white.
mm-hmm.
All right, so Mondrak, Anointed
50 lands
Possession,
is a lot.
50 lands. You want
I'll
to be
do
able to cast this too.
I'll do 40. I'll do
All right,
40.
40 lands. The 2 token doublers,
Mm-hmm.
10 counters,
Mm-hmm.
and then all the group hug cards.
I'll try that.
Then the rest are group hug cards.
And
Like
then and
like so
then you gotta
so
put land
so so
destruction.
literally 40.
To balance it out. Make sure they can't play their spells.
I can't
And then
co-sign this, man.
when they do, you just create a token and smack them with it.
I can't co-sign. I can't co-sign any of this.
That's fine. That's fine. This is
Are you kidding
speaking
me?
for myself.
Don't.
This is what I'm building. That is exactly what
If
I'll
you want to
build.
keep friends, have friends, hold on to them. You
You hold them tight.
you don't put land destruction in a deck that already has 10 counters. You're already stopping people from doing stuff.
Hey,
You don't need to stop them from like actually like
if
just
you
playing
want
the
to
game.
win, make them
Make them concede.
yeah. There you go.
Curtis is on his make them concede arc.